Hey, it's another Lake City Rockin' Review. I am AC, he is Mo. Hi, he is Mo. And we've got a double feature for you today. That means two. Dos, as they say on the Taco Bell menu, because that's the only Spanish I know.
C. That's really all I got, too.
Yeah, okay, anyway, a double feature today. We're going to do it old school, like drive-in movie theater style. You get the kids' movie first, and then you get the movie that's more for the adults, with your choice.
All right, so we'll start off with my review of Despicable Me 2. It is the sequel to the...
I saw Despicable Me 2.
Oh, thank God. Phew, I did not see that movie. I'd have been so lost.
Yeah, so Despicable Me 2, you know, if you've seen the first one, you're familiar with the character Gru and the little girls, and of course Dr. Nefario, voiced by Russell Brand, which is hilarious. You've seen the first one, right?
No, I've been wanting to. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Letters mo@wrsw.net is where you can write and send all your hate mail for people who don't see Despicable Me.
You can't see all of them.
Yes, you can.
You can't see every movie.
Yes, you can.
Well,
anyway,
move on.
Despicable Me 2. It follows the further adventures of Gru, who, of course, as you remember, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first one, Gru is now a good guy. And taking care of the little girls, he gets recruited sort of haphazardly into the anti-villain league to try and track down a villain, rather. That's more of a luchador character, which was originally supposed to be voiced by Al Pacino.
Can I talk yet?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thanks. Good.
So originally the character was supposed to be voiced by Al Pacino. He left due to creative differences with the writers of the film.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, and
Al Pacino will do any movie these days.
Yes, he will.
And for him to drop out of a movie, yikes.
Especially a kids movie, and you have creative differences.
Wow.
So, basically, he finds that he meets a woman that he loves named Lucy, voiced by Kristen Wiig, of course,
nice.
and everything.
Yeah.
But the voice acting for the movie is the best part for me. It's excellent. Steve Carell is back.
Michael Scott of The Office.
Yeah, as a character he played.
No, Michael Scott did the voice.
Yes, Steve Carell.
Michael Scott, the world's best boss. And so the little minions are voiced by, let me guess, Jim Halpert and Dwight K. Schrute.
No. It has nothing to do with The Office.
Creed?
No.
Meredith?
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on now.
Pamela Beasley?
No, we're going to move on, Mo.
That's what she said.
Wow.
That doesn't even work there.
No, it doesn't. But anyway, he threw me off. But the voice acting for the film was really good. Steve Carell's back. Steve Coogan, British actor, who one of my favorite movies is a film he did called Hamlet 2, which nobody saw. You saw it.
I saw that one instead of Despicable Me.
Did you? Okay, that's good. That's good. That was a good movie. I love him from that. But he plays the head of the anti-villain league. Kristen Wiig's in there. And then, of course, also back are the Minions, everybody's favorite part of the first one.
My favorite part.
He didn't see it. But the Minions are back. And basically, to me, the movie comes across as a big commercial for the sequel to Despicable Me 2, which is going to be completely focused on the Minions in the 1960s.
So it's like a prequel then?
Yeah.
So it's not really a sequel, it's a prequel.
Yeah, exactly. But it's coming out next year, and the whole film really just, it had its funny moments, but for me, it was just very predictable and very much a commercial. Kind of like the way Iron Man 2 was a commercial for the Avengers. This was a commercial for the Minions movie coming next year to a theater near you, or probably right here to North Point Cinemas.
Probably. So what would you score it then? You saw Despicable Me 2.
Yeah.
What would you score it?
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 6 fat guys.
4 out of 6 fat guys. So it was enjoyable.
It was somewhat enjoyable, but mostly because I saw it with my kids. If I had gone like with you and seen it, we probably would have been pretty bored.
It would have been those two old Muppets on the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I love those guys.
All right, so 4 out of 6 fat guys for Despicable Me 2.
Waldorf and Statler are their names. People don't know that.
Good call. Wonderful. Bravo.
Okay, moving on.
Bravo. Not giving applause, not saying bravo to The Lone Ranger, of course, the new Disney film, looking to be one of the biggest bombs in recent history for the Disney franchise, and I can see why. I can understand why you have this box that plays the Lone Ranger.
That's baking soda.
Yeah, this box of baking soda,
No.
Arm & Hammer played the Lone Ranger.
Armie Hammer plays the Lone Ranger. Armie.
Armin Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
What kind of name is Armie Hammer?
Ask his parents.
That's a really weird, that's not a real name. So,
His dad's name was probably Jack. That's good stuff.
Army Hammer played the Lone Ranger, and of course, the person that everybody came to see, Johnny Depp, played Captain Jack Tonto.
What? Really?
Well, basically, it was Captain Jack Sparrow, but he was a Native American now, so I'm just kind of combining the characters. Captain Jack Tonto.
Well, you know, he always bases his characters off of somebody. He based the Captain Jack character off of Keith Richards from the Rolling Stone, who you can hear on WRSW. And who did he base this one on? I'm kind of curious.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Wow.
I don't know if that's confirmed, but pretty much. If you love Johnny Depp, you're going to love this movie because he is the weirdo Johnny Depp that you would come to expect from any movie. So Tonto is over the top. He is a great action hero, which a sidekick, I suppose, should be an okay action hero, but he's almost kind of the lead. To me, I really felt like the Lone Ranger was the sidekick. If you grew up loving the Lone Ranger, well, it's not the same Lone Ranger you grew up with. He was confident, he was collected, he was a true hero back in the old series. He's kind of a bumbling idiot in this one.
Wow.
He still stands for all the same, what am I looking for here? The same traits, the same qualities you'd expect from a hero. He wants to see the villain get their shot in the court system. He doesn't want to see him hanged or punished. He wants justice.
Oh, so he's Old West Batman.
To an extent, he wears a mask and everything. And Armie Hammer was up for a Batman role at one point, but that's neither here nor there. It was a reversal of roles, where the Lone Ranger should be the lead and Tonto was helping him out. It really felt the opposite. It's a story of the origin. There's hopefully going to be no prequel to the Lone Ranger. The story of Tonto, how he came to be. No, it's all collected. It's very over the top. If you expected a lot of realistic sort of stunts and explosions, this isn't the movie for you. This is a very exaggerated version of the Lone Ranger, but it's got Johnny Depp in it. What would you expect?
That's true. That's true.
Most of the scenes, if things aren't exploding or people aren't jumping off of trains, are kind of...
Wake up.
Sorry. But the explosions, the action scenes are outstanding if you like Captain Jack Tonto. Not a bad movie, though. I mean, it's a good one-time viewing, and I think if you'd go see it, it could be a decent popcorn flick. And so with that, before I give my review, we're going to give you a choice. Do you want to see Despicable Me 2? Do you want to see The Lone Ranger? Choice to the number 45364. Choice to 45364.
Right there.
And you can tell us which one you want to see. I'm giving it 3 out of 6 lightning
Yikes.
bolts for the Lone Ranger. It's a movie that is enjoyable at times, but it's very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. And it was all right.
Nice. I was looking forward to it. As not a Western fan, I was really looking forward
This
to
is
it.
one of those movies where a lot of the scenes that you look forward to were already in the previews.
Ouch.
Kind of
This is,
disappointing.
what, the second year in a row? John Carter, Disney did, lost a lot of money. The Lone Ranger, on track to lose a lot of money, it looks like.
Yes,
Very
maybe they don't base around stars here in the future and go back to telling some stories. Because the Lone Ranger doesn't really have much of a story.
Sounds good to me.
Choice to 45364, and you can go see a movie and review it for us. Thank you to North Point Cinemas,
Yes, big thank you.
and we'll see you at the movies.
No, we still can't say that.
The copyright hasn't expired yet?
Not yet.
Thanks for coming out to 1073WRSW.com.
It's better.